All rise. The United States District Court for the Eastern Division of the Eastern District of Missouri is now in session. All persons having business before this court, draw near and you shall be heard. God save the United States and this honorable court. The Honorable Noel C. Collins presiding.
You may be seated. Good morning, and welcome to your naturalization ceremony at this wonderful facility. It's a special session of the U.S. District Court. It is a real honor for me to be here with you today at the ceremony. It is a great day as you transition to American citizenship, and I hope that you and your families will find this day to be memorable. We will begin with a rendition of America the Beautiful by the Courthouse Singers. They're volunteers. They are not necessarily part of the court family, and they always just celebrate us and celebrate America in such an amazing way. So let's give them a round. Now, it is my honor to introduce to you our naturalization speaker. Every judge that hosts a naturalization ceremony has the opportunity to select a member of the community to make some comments to you. Sometimes we are able to present to you individuals who are naturalized citizens themselves. And Dr. Benjamin Ola Akande, PhD, is one of my favorite naturalization speakers. He has been a university president. He has been the dean of a business school. And presently, he is the assistant vice chancellor of International Affairs Africa for Washington University in St. Louis. So please welcome Dr. Akande.
Good morning. It is really an honor and privilege to speak to you all today, because about 2 or 3 decades ago I was sitting where you are sitting today. And I was nervous, I was excited, it was a very happy day. And so I congratulate you on this very special day. I want to tell you a story. A story that illustrates how meaningful and how important today is. And it happened to me in the spring of 2000. I visited my physician for my annual physical checkup. You know, that checkup we do every year without even thinking about it. The visit we all make. Well, at my annual physical checkup, the doctor ran the usual battery of tests and informed me that my blood pressure was slightly higher than usual. But he then dismissed that. He said, you know, Benjamin, the reason why your blood pressure is high is because you're probably nervous. So I told the doctor, I said, you got it, doctor, I'm nervous. There was nothing particularly evident in the physical inspection. But a few days later, I got an unexpected call from the doctor's office. My doctor wanted me to come back to see him immediately. So I headed over to my doctor's office, and Dr. Antai is a very friendly chap. He's always joking around, but when I got to his office this time, he was uncharacteristically subdued. And he wore a very serious look of concern. He told me that the blood work had come back and that it had revealed a possible presence of cancer cells in my lower intestines, but that the result was inconclusive. He needed to do more tests. And as the doctor meticulously discussed the rest of my physical results, I tuned him out. It was a reaction out of the fear and uncertainty that had permeated my life at that moment, at that time. I was scared, I was confused, I was nervous. And finally, I summed up the courage to ask my doctor. I said, Doc, what does this all mean? And he said, Benjamin, let's wait and see. Let's hope for the best. To which I responded, hey, Doc, I'm 38 years old. I have a young wife, and even younger family. I'm way too young to have cancer. And as I stood up to leave the doctor's office, my legs collapsed under me and I sat right back down. I was emotionally too weak to walk. I fell apart. I began to cry. Clearly, my life was about to be over. And I couldn't get any assurances from my doctor that everything would be all right. And finally, I regained enough energy to walk to the car, and I drove straight home. And on arrival, I tried to explain to my wife, Paula, what the doctor had told me, but words were insufficient. And what kept going through my head was that my life was about to be over. I remember my wife walking up to me and grabbing me on the shoulder and shaking me as if to shake the fear out of me. And then she said, Benjamin, it's not over. We're going to beat this. And then she uttered the words that have stayed with me since that day. She said, you're too scared to die. You got much more to do. It's going to be all right, honey. The next week couldn't come enough. It couldn't come fast enough. I went through additional tests, and it turned out that I was cancer-free after all. It was the closest appointment I ever had with death, and it got postponed. I share this personal story with you today to make a very simple point. In the greater scheme of things, we're all here on earth for a relatively short period of time. And so it is your obligation to try to make the best of it. And we cannot allow others to dictate what our lives should be like. And we have to embrace the notion that the future belongs to only those that can see it. Because at some point in your life, at some point in this journey, you will be dealt a bad hand. Some of you would overcome, and some that would overcome us. But what this means for you is that as you embark on this exciting new phase in your life, I want to ask you to do a few things for me. Don't be afraid. Don't stand still. Find a way to continue to do good. Lead from where you are. Demonstrate the ability to triumph over adversity. And that's exactly what I've been doing for the last 19 years. Living my life fully, focusing on the important things. Finding a way to give back to this community called St. Louis. Being engaged with others. And showing that our children are positioned to continue the legacy of our past and to take us to heights that we never imagined. Taking care of my 3 daughters and learning to listen to my wife. You know, Bola was right. I was too scared to die. And she sought to shake me out of my state of paralysis. And so as you go from this day on, as new citizens of this wonderful country we call America, I want to challenge you to stay awake. I want to challenge you not to give up. I want to challenge you to keep your head up and as American citizens to help contribute to make this country even better than you found it. I want to challenge you to be the best that you can be. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Next, we will have a motion for on behalf of the United States Attorney's Office and the Naturalization Service by Assistant U.S. Attorney Allison Harris.
May it please the court. On behalf of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, and in accordance with the Immigration and Nationality Act, it is my absolute privilege to present for your consideration 303 petitioners for naturalization representing 74 countries. All of these petitioners have shown, to the satisfaction of the Secretary of Homeland Security, that they have resided within the United States during the period required by law, and that during such period they have been and still are persons of good moral character, attached to the principles of the Constitution, and well disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States of America. On the basis of our interviews and investigations, I respectfully move that you accept them to take the oath of allegiance and grant them United States citizenship.
And for my part, I will gladly grant that motion. So I'm going to ask that those of you who have your program, who may be reading along, it is now my time to administer the oath to the new citizens. So if you would all stand and raise your right hand. And repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure any allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, II been a citizen or subject, that I will support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations. Now it's my opportunity to make some remarks as well. And Dr. Kade is a very modest man. He has a very long resume that I could have gone through today. And what I hope for you is, as you move forward in your journey as new citizens, that you will just add to the fabric of our country. Each one of us is unique. Each one of us is important. Each one of us has a voice. Welcome to the American family. I will share with you that I too have people in my life who are close to me who are naturalized citizens. My mother-in-law is from Thailand. My judicial assistant is a native of Ireland. I wouldn't be able to do my job without the help of my assistant. And I'm thankful that she decided to make America her permanent home. And of course, without my mother-in-law, I wouldn't have my family and I wouldn't know how to make sticky rice. I am so honored, really, to be the first one to congratulate you for becoming U.S. citizens. You have worked very hard, and you have made sacrifices, and you have made a very thoughtful choice to make America more than the place that you live, but that it is now a part of your permanent identity. And this identity is something that each of us has in common, regardless of variations in name, dress, or culture, or original language. And so I invite you to look around this room and take in what a good-looking and diverse crowd you all are. And yet each of us is the face of America, and what a beautiful sight it is. And as citizens, each of you is obligated now to enrich our national culture with your own backgrounds. Make your mark on the soul of this great nation. It is yours to help shape. It is yours to help improve, criticize, and elevate. Remember the rights and the powers that have developed in our democracy for nearly 250 years and be active in your communities. I'm sure that each of you will keep your program from today. It contains the oath that you've taken, and that is a very important oath because it is your promise to support and defend the Constitution of our nation. And let this remind you that you were brave enough to adopt this country and to make a new home for yourself, just as the founders did. Someone once said that America will remain the land of the free so long as it is the home of the brave. And so with this in mind, I encourage you to exercise your right to vote. I encourage you to accept that jury summons when it comes and show up in the courthouse and agree to participate in that role that's important to help sustain our criminal justice system and our civil justice system as well. And I also encourage you to learn the history of our country, whether you do so by visiting museums, presidential libraries, or national parks and seashores. And of course, I hope every 4th of July, we all get an invitation to your barbecue. Now, please remember, whether you have lived here or a short time or for many years, you do not have to Suppress your homeland's traditions to feel at home here. Celebrate your inalienable rights to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. Lend what you know, and then make something new. This is the American way. And once again, congratulations and welcome home. I'm not going to make you sing the national anthem. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance first.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the courthouse singers will lead us in the national anthem, so please remain standing.
Words to the national anthem would like to the program. I expect to hear 300 lyrics.
Our session is now officially over. Of course, all of you, I believe, are waiting for a certificate. You will be given that after we end our session today, so please remain here in the auditorium. I do, of course, want to thank our speaker, Dr. Akande, for his incredible message. I also want to thank the Assistant U.S. Attorney, Allison Bears, and Naturalization Examiner for her participation. The courthouse singers, of course, again, another round of applause, please. And of course, Harris-Stowe. Harris-Stowe University here has agreed to host us. This is a very special opportunity for the court to get out of the courthouse and be in the community. And so we also thank Harris-Stowe, which is a historically Black college that has been here in the St. Louis area for a very long time. So thank you to them as well. And as I said, for those of you who are waiting for something before you leave, Rachel Marshall will help facilitate that. Have a great afternoon.